Back to another episode of the Pez and Pork Show. I am joined again with, of course, Dr. Pez, our resident expert. And in the production booth, of course, we have Johnny. And I am the Pork Belly. Nice having you back here, Pez.
Yeah, had a bit of child difficulties on Monday because I'm currently on holiday. The dedication to get shit off everyone for an hour or two should be fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here tonight. Of course, I started it because my daughter was in a ballet competition, as you know, and she finished with a silver medal, but she did not make the top 10 in the overall results.
Oh, right.
But if she had made the top 10 in overall results, we would have had to go to the gala, which would have been at the exact same time as this. So I wasn't sure if I was going to make it. So anyway, I started it, and you guys probably didn't think I was going to make it. But we are here tonight, a special Wednesday edition. And, of course, we have the four teams, or the four divisions, St. Magnus, Division 1, and we have the Yesnabi, Division 2, and Cowan Hill, Division 3, and of course, Molehead, Division 4 to review tonight. So, and I think we will be making our locks and our underdogs picks and our Thursday night football picks, I believe, tonight as well. No.
Next week.
Next week, we will do that next Monday.
Okay. Yeah, next Monday, ready for the football next week.
And I think we might have a new segment for our picks still being worked out. So stay tuned for that next Monday to check out our new pick segment. All right. So are you ready, Pez?
Yeah.
Let's get to it. All right. Johnny, in our first division.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So we have St. Magnus, Division 1 here. And, of course, the draft board that he sent us has all the trades already. Pez, if you want to open the links that he sent us in the chat group.
Yeah. I've got it up here on my phone.
All right. So I will go ahead and just start with 7 rings here. And I want to try and keep it a little quicker than we did the other night so we don't have a 3-hour episode.
Yeah.
All right. So looking at 7 rings with the first overall pick, as everyone knows, he has to wait for his second one. Starts with Chase and Brown, of course, tight end Kittle in Johnny's leagues. Tight ends are good. Burrow, one of the best QBs. So if you look at his wide receivers, he has Chase, Rice, Addison, Golden. So I'm already worried. Rice and Addison will be suspended, right? Kittle is injury prone, and he has a rookie as his next top target, with Aaron Jones going to be splitting time as his second running back.
I'd just push back on one thing you said there with George Kittle, because George Kittle is what everyone, I had the same perception, is injury prone. But he still is, in the last 4 years, the Titan 4, 3, 5, and 3.
Yeah. I mean, he's a scorer.
And that's missing
significant time.
2 games, 1 game, 2 games. So he's missed like 1 or 2 games every single season and still finished up there. You've got to look at his situation. So it can work twofold with him, because his situation at the moment, realistically, he has got the world at his feet in fantasy because there's no one else there. There's Purcell.
Right.
And they've just brought in Sky Moore, but Purdy has that connection with Kittle. Every time Ayuk or Debo went down last year, Kittle just got absolutely like destroyed with targets. So I feel like it's kind of like it could be a double-edged sword because the more targets he gets, the more likely he's probably going to pick up an injury.
True that. Yeah. And he loves smelling salt, as we found out. So I know Seven Rings, and Seven Rings usually does a much better job drafting, I believe. I imagine he is not happy with the overall results. Running backs are his wide receiver room: Chase, Rice, Addison, Golden, and then Beck and Ayamana.
And Jalen Royals at the bottom.
Yeah, not the best wide receiver room. Running back room: Brown, Jones, Tracy, Blue, Dowdle. There's a lot of
So for me, I actually don't mind his team.
Okay.
I don't mind his team, to be honest. What, the 10th round taking Spillane? He took Jaden Blue.
Zach Bond is a tackle machine, so his IDPs. He got the number one kicker.
Zach Bond, I'm not 12th round. I'm not complaining too much there. Looking at what he kind of gave up, the running backs are completely gone by that point. Wide receivers, you're in punt and hope territory, really.
Right.
To be honest, looking at the quick glance at the rest of the league, he might rule only taking Joe Burrow just for the bye week. But overall, I don't mind it, you see, because Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow is probably, I don't stack, I fucking despise it with a passion. The fact that he's got the running back, the wide receiver, and the quarterback. I understand his thought process because really the Bengals are going to have to score a shed load of points and it's going to come through.
And if you go further, he has Jones and Addison, which Addison will be suspended, but Jones and Addison both on Minnesota, right? Yeah. So 5 of his starters are on 2 teams.
See, I like the spread. For being first overall, something I've learned, if anything, it is the worst position to be. People love it, but I think it's an horrendous position to be in, like myself. So I looked at it and I thought, just on the base surface of it, he's got a good spread of running backs there. And then, yes, he's going to have Rashee Rice for 4 weeks, and then he's probably going to be suspended for the majority of the fantasy season. So that's a bit of a shit pick. Addison suspended. Realistically, he's suspended. They're not really going to get him back in until after the bye week. So realistically, you're probably going to lose him for
4 weeks.
It's 4 weeks, yeah. But then they go to London on week 5. They have a bye week, week 6. So depending how their season's going, if Justin Jefferson's still struggling with that hamstring, do they think we're not going to rush him back in and get him injured? Do we save him till week 7? So that's the risk you've got with a Jordan Addison. I think Matthew Golden's going to be great. Jack Betch has not worked out where a lot of people thought he would. Idlemania could be a sneaky one because no one really knows what the Titans are going to do there. But then just what you said there, when you take a deeper look at it, he's kind of clustered his team into certain teams, and he might look back at that and go, it might work brilliant for him if the thought process of the Bengals is going to score a load of points,
right?
Or it's going to be his downfall this season.
And he only has one quarterback.
Yeah.
If Burrow gets hurt, wow. All right, so let's go to. I know this guy as well. I'm in mini leagues with him.
I don't know his name, but we've got a relationship where in the off season, I get about 55 league invites off him. Yeah. Like he's a serial spam artist. I love it though.
Yeah. I upset him earlier this year because he was trying to get me to trade for Gianti, and I think he was asking way too much. But I made another trade, and it really upset him. But he's a really nice guy. He does have a lot of leagues. He's very active. And usually, he does pretty well. So here he has the running back room of Robinson, Henderson, Judkins, Mixon, Giddens, Justice Hill, and that's it. So Judkins may or may not be anything this year. Who knows?
Well, they're talking about there's rumors he's trying to go back to college for the
Really?
Yeah, I read it last night. Apparently, he might be looking at going back to college for the year and then re-entering the draft next year.
Oh my!
Yeah, oh my. I think it's a bit too late, I'd imagine, because college is kicking off. Well, it's already kicked off, but it properly kicks off this week, doesn't it?
And all charges were dropped. So why the NFL is taking so long to do this? It's
because of the nature of it. The claims of physical assault on someone. So the NFL have to look like they are proactively trying to stamp that out of the league with their players. Hence, like Isaiah Bond, I'm surprised, as far as I've seen, he's not under investigation by the league, but by the looks of it, he's just completely clean and he can carry on.
That's right. Yeah.
So, too interesting.
If we get back to, by the way, his name, for those wondering, is named after a rock group that he used to, I think it was more of a grunge or punk band back in the day. But anyway, so, Mixon is going to miss a few games, apparently. I'm not sure about this Giddens guy for Indianapolis. He might get some play time, but I haven't seen it. Justice Hill, he can be good for 5-6 points a week. Sometimes he'll pop off for 10 or 15.
But if we're realistic, he's praying to God that Bijan and Travion Henderson do not get injured. And Travion Henderson starts straight away. Well, I don't think he will. I think at the start they're going to do a committee with Stevenson.
Well, his wide receivers with Brown, McConkey, Adams, Diggs, that could be solid. And then his tight ends. He went heavy on tight ends 4 rounds in a row.
I don't mind his tight ends. I actually like his tight end room. Loveland is meant to be the next rookie Sam Laporta. I think Mason Taylor is the sneakiest fantasy pickup. If you remember what Justin Fields did with Cole Kmet at the Bears, when things weren't going right, just pepper the tight end. And Mason Taylor can be that offensive weapon. So he could, especially in the scoring system of the Orkney, he could be a real gem in this league. Then Hunter Henry, Zach Ertz, Darren Waller, I don't hate it with everything that's going on at the Dolphins if he actually can come back and like play at the level he can play. He could play his 3 tight ends and outscore the deficiencies at his running back position and his wide receiver position because
it's not a bad draft overall, I think.
I don't trust
Darren Waller down there. Wow.
Yeah, I don't trust Stephon Diggs. Keenan Allen, the water's too muddy. His best wide receiver one of his best wide receivers to start later into the year is probably Torrey Horton right at the bottom. The Seahawks just cut MVS at cutdown day, and that's pretty much solely because Torrey Horton shines so brightly in preseason.
So let's look at Benjamin Skoll here. So 30 seconds. What's the best position group he has?
30 seconds, Jesus. I'd probably go wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
He's got, especially DJ Moore being a sneaky little dual threat, Deebo Samuel running back, wide receiver, like potential dual threat. That could be a gem. Come the season, we all remember what Deebo did when he played that role for San Fran. So, I just like his depth overall. You don't know what Jaden Reed fully healthy is going to be. Michael Pittman with Daniel Jones, a bit more of a serviceable throwing quarterback over Anthony Richardson. I think Pittman is consistent point scoring, is going to get back there. the one question mark.
He made Neighbors fantasy relevant as a rookie. Jones did. So who knows? Pittman might become relevant again. So what is his worst position group?
I'd say his running backs. He's got Saquon, Tony Pollard, Stevenson. Like I just mentioned, I think at the start of the year he's gonna do all right for him. That will drop off. Miles Sanders, I understand the pick because people don't know what's going on in Dallas, but I'm very much with you that I think it's Jaden Blue's backfield till he loses it. I think he's just the more talented back out of the ones you've got in Dallas. And Kareem Hunt can get you the odd splash game, but could you be asked trying to figure out like when his game's going to
be, right? But obviously this round he's going to be playing only on bye weeks and if there's an injury. So
that being said, though, really like his IDPs. He's got 3 solid scorers there. I'm not too sure about his tight ends, Evan Ingram and Cade Otton.
They're not terrible, but they're not.
Yeah,
they're not turning. All right, so Sean Douglas, straight 3 picks. Gibbs, Jacobs, Taylor, going for the running game. And then back-to-back wide receivers and the tight end. And then, again, 3 straight wide receivers. It looks like he may have done a fairly solid job in his draft here. What do you think? With Prescott and Love at quarterback, his wide receivers are quite deep.
Yeah, I do like the depth of his wide receiver group.
And his running backs are not bad with Gibbs, Jacobs, and Taylor. I mean, that could be a powerhouse if Jacobs has another year like he did last year.
I do like this. Like Devonta Smith at the moment struggling with the groin. He's still not practicing. But then he's got Mike Evans, Jerry Jeudy, Shakur, but then I think Shakur's got the high ankle. Cooper Kupp will probably. Jason's got all the buzz in preseason. He's looked really good, but it wouldn't surprise me if shit went downhill with the old line. I think Cooper Kupp would start becoming a bit more of a go-to for Sam Darnold. So I don't hate it all. He's got good tight ends. He's got 3. I like to see it. 3 solid tight ends. I'm big on Travis Kelce. Pick 2 late quarterbacks and they're decent. Jordan Love, Dak Prescott. His 2 IDPs are solid right at the bottom. And he's running. Yeah, that's a real. I do like that one. That's a real solid team. Austin Eckler in the 12th looks like he could be an absolute gem. People forget because he's an old man now. People forget not 3-4 years ago he was running back 1 and running back 2.
Right. Yeah.
He is a lot
Sean
older.
Douglas has a solid team here. I think he did well. So let's go on to Brown T. Again, he did the opposite of 3 straight running backs. He went 3 straight wide receivers. And then Connor as his top running back and Scatabo as his second.
No. Just be careful because are they Jackson K's picks?
Oh, yeah, that's Jackson K. So his second one is actually Braylon Allen, and his third is Nick Chubb. Unless we see him on another, let's see. We're looking for another trade with Brown T. So he has Jalen Warren and Javonte Williams
and Jennings.
Yeah, in the wide receiver room with Jennings there. So interesting.
2 downs. Right, so let's have a look at this. So his running back is thin.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams, I get it, but Jalen Warren, I think Jalen Warren, everyone's high on
Caleb Johnson.
Who was that then? Was that Scott? You're right, Scott. Just saw that pop up in the corner there. I didn't want to be ignorant to him. Yeah, so
what's going on, Scott? Boston. Wow, it's early morning there. 6:20 a.m.
He's got Nick Chubb James Conner, Javonte Williams. You still don't know what's going on with that Cowboys backfield. He's got Krosky Merritt, that's going to 18th round, what could be an absolute gem now. And Taj Brooks, who I think is the backup for Chase Brown, with the amount of work he's going to get, that could be all right. It's still, like you said last week, it's the what if, isn't it, with the running backs here? There's too many what ifs in the way, but
wide receivers look all right, though.
His wide receiver room's probably one of the best I've seen.
Yeah, that's nice.
Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Tyreek Hill. I know everyone's out on Tyreek, but he's that player who everyone's going to have egg on their face with this year. I genuinely believe it. Like Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill on the same team, and people are like, you know what? It's like, come on. Drake London could have a massive. Terry McLaurin, George Pickens, Ibuka, who's now supplanted himself as the wide receiver 2 out of work and luck.
Yeah.
Like that wide receiver room alone, don't forget you've got to play 3. He has got.
And you have the 2 flex, so that could be up to 5 wide receivers. So.
Then he's got the one thing I don't like. So as you said before with the other teams, his weakest position by far with the scoring is tight end. God.
Britton Strange is his starter. Wow. He could be a surprise the tight end though.
That's a gamble, but the depth at wide receiver is clear. Long game is there's so much draft capital, trade capital there. He's got 4 wide receiver ones.
Yeah, and Pez, I don't understand the whole 1 QB strategy.
Yeah, I don't get this.
Goes down, he has nobody. I mean, even Bryce Young has been picked, and the guys that were going to be bottom of the barrel is going to be available.
This. Fucking hell. All right, I thought he's got 3. Yeah. I'm just trying to look at the names and roughly think in my head of who would still be available.
Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones, Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart. I don't like it.
Yeah, that could end up being, the death of his team. So let's go on to Tino 13. Started strong with a couple of wide receivers, wide receiver 1s with Collins and Lamb. Metcalf, wow, that could be a big hit in Pittsburgh if he meshes with Rodgers. And Jacoby Myers, who's going on? Who knows what's happening with him? He requested a trade. Ayuk, I think, is a wasted pick. He's not going to be worth anything, really. And Dobbs down there at the bottom, I think he's at 3 or 4 on that Green Bay list of wide receivers. Running backs, Williams, Pacheco, Brian Robinson. I think he's going to be behind McCaffrey, maybe if he gets hurt. Mason splitting time with Allen, Spears. What do you think of this team here?
Yeah, Ayuk, not a big fan of it. Myers, I don't know what's going on with this trade stuff. Is he just trying to get more money after the McLaurin deal? Kyron Pacheco, Brian Robinson, that's worked out not in his favour. So he's got 2 starters, a lot of backup running backs.
Yeah.
Jonnu Smith, who is just a clusterfuck with Pat Freiermuth.
And on a new team in Pittsburgh, Rodgers has never had a high-scoring tight end.
Chig can get points, but I just have a feeling that Gunnar Helm will take his job. Depending how the Titans season goes, I think Gunnar Helm can offer more at the tight end position as in safety blanket for Cam Ward if things aren't going well, like if he kind of needs a bit more of a firmer, steady hand in the short to intermediate, dump offs and things like that, just to help him ease in. I think Gunnar Helm will be better at that than Chig will.
Okay. All right. So I hate to cut you off, but I'm going to try things up. We're already at 30 minutes on. We're only halfway through. So Stoke NFL, we got Neighbors, Brown, Godwin. Rashid and Leggett. Okay. Johnston and Pierce. Not the worst wide receiver room, but certainly not the strongest. Brees Hall, Hubbard, Harvey. Nope, wait. Hall, Hubbard. Yeah. And then Charbonneau, White, Davis. What are you thinking of this team?
He's got TJ Hawkinson and Waddle.
So
Might be a good pick. Mahomes. So just be rolling with Mahomes.
This could be a team that breaks out, but I think it's more of the team that's going to be fighting for the third or fourth position in this league. G-Fark. All right, Puka. First round. Sutton, Ridley, Harris, Williams, a couple of rookies, and that's it. And then his running backs, Irving, Kamara, Etienne, Neal. Well, let's hope his tight ends are better. Laporta, Kraft, and Pitts. All right, I'm not looking too impressed with G-Fark's team at this time. Am I reading it wrong, Pez?
No, yeah, I agree. I like his tight ends selection. Tucker Kraft would be a sneaky one. Denver, I just don't want to touch any, even Sutton. I don't want to touch any of their wide receivers. Puka, he could be wide receiver one, but you couldn't tempt me still to take him. You know what I mean?
He finished as wide receiver 10 last year.
I know. I just don't like Sean Payton and everything he does. Calvin Ridley, he's looked good in preseason, but it's preseason. We know statistically rookie quarterbacks don't always do well at supporting the wide receiver position. One quote. Oh no, he took Bryce Young right at the bottom. It's a bit of it in there. There's nothing that really
stands out.
Not like some of the others like Brown T or Sean Douglas.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. So Pat Toll, he's quite active in our chat groups there in WhatsApp. Let's take a look at his team. What is his position of strength? GMT, Cook, Johnson, 2 rookies. Garando backup on there, way down the backup list. Algier backup again. Jalen Wright, another backup. And then a flyer on Manangai. His wide receiver, he's taking a big swing on Tyler Hunter here. Or
Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter works twofold, though, doesn't he? Because you get the defensive point. So, again, there's a reason you take him that high because he's getting, if he does play both ways, he's getting like double the points.
I don't see him getting 100 snaps a game.
No, I don't. Definitely not. Zay Flowers, just not a fan of him. Roma Dunze with DJ Moore apparently doing this duel. That makes him a bit more of a wide receiver thing. But when you've got to play 3, you're playing Travis Hunter, Zay Flowers, who's so inconsistent. Roma Dunze, you don't have a clue. Keon Coleman, I really high on Keon Coleman last year. I think he'll do well, but with Palmer there, I don't know if he's going to take a back seat to the more experienced guy. Jalen McMillan, he's fucked. And then Colker, he had a good rookie year last year, but you don't know what's going down.
He does have Lamar Jackson.
He does have Lamar Jackson.
All right, so let's look at Danny Lawrence. All right. In our last show, you and I agreed. I don't expect Brock Bowers to do the same as he did last year. I think he's going to take a dip in production. Then you look at his running backs. He's going with the old man, Henry, the young man, Hampton, and the broken man, Walker.
Whoa, watch your fucking words.
And then he has Worthy and Olave as his top 2 wide receivers, which could turn out to be great. or it could just blow up in his face.
This is probably the biggest what if team.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. Even Jerome Ford down there, that could be a huge what if since
Yeah,
up in
this
the
is the
air.
biggest what if team. I like his tight end. If Brock Bowers can do similar to what he did last year
Yeah.
with Njoku and Travian Sanders, I really like him. Yeah, that's right, Scott. Get him told.
Danny, that's a what if team right here.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he's a big what if team.
So
Even
Jackson
Scott's got your
K
back.
was quite active in the trading, right? I do think he has the best tight end of the year. Trey McBride, solid pick. I love Thomas and Najiba. JSN, I think, is going to have better numbers this year than he had last year when he was already wide receiver 14. So,
I agree.
yeah.
Right,
Then he made some trades and he got Harvey and Montgomery and Scatabo and Downs.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Bigsby, who knows what's going to happen there. Sampson, again, is like Ford. You don't know what will happen with that guy. Kirk, Neil, Douglas, Bolton, Herbert. Well, okay, you get Josh Allen and Herbert. And he went big on the IDPs, 5 of them.
Oh, has he got 5?
4 IDPs and Butker. Actually, Butker in the last round is not bad. Wow. That's a solid pick in the last round.
I don't know about Nate Landman, but Nick Bolton, Cooper, and Bobby Wagner, they're very solid. I do like his team. He's got good depth.
Mm-hmm.
He's got, my only thing, he's got Brian Thomas Jr., JSN, and then Downs. He's hoping that Downs basically.
And Scatabo.
Well, I'm just looking at wide receiver having to play 3.
Yeah.
And
he also has RJ Harvey and Montgomery.
Yeah, so
wow, he's got a team with some depth here.
If Tanks Bigsby can beat out Travis Etienne for the starting job, his wide receiver, his running backs look a lot better. But at the moment, his weakest position is running back. I don't mind his wide receivers. He's got 2 solid ones. Demario Douglas, I really like him. By everything I've read, he's the go-to wide receiver for Drake May. So his 14th round wide receiver could be one of his starting wide receivers when after a couple of weeks. So I don't mind it altogether. Has he got just Trey McBride? Is that right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, that could
hurt him. But so Pez, let's look at Rob Warner's team here. His first 5 picks have got to be McCaffrey, certainly injury prone. A-Chain, who knows if you're holding your breath every time he touches it. Higgins has missed significant time. McMillan, a rookie. Williams has spent more time suspended than he's played. DeAndre Swift, oh my gosh. Mark Andrews, who knows what he's going to do. Ricky Pearsall, maybe wide receiver 1, right? This is, wow. He really took big swings on betting on the over, I think, on a lot of guys.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
It could really work out. I mean, who knows?
He's another what-if team for me, but I look at it and he doesn't excite me at all.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't excite me either. All right, Johnny, I think we're ready to go to our pick of this league. If Pez is ready, I am ready.
Yep.
All right. Johnny? All right, so Pez, who do you got?
I'm going to go Brown T.
Brown T. All right, well, I am going to agree with Johnny. Johnny is taking Sean Douglas. I am also going to be taking Sean Douglas in this league as well. I like the running backs, and actually I do think the team with the best running backs usually end up winning. So anyway, so there you go. We have Brown T for Pez, and then myself and Johnny have Sean Douglas. All right,
And
Johnny. Yeah, go ahead.
Scott dropped a comment in saying Chuba Hubbard is the most underrated back in the NFL. I do agree with him. He always puts up big numbers, and no one really. He's like the unwanted man, would you say? But he always puts up big numbers, so I do agree with him with that one. Before we move on to the next league,
what did he finish last year? What was his?
Let me quickly find him up here.
If I can find him. Yeah. Well, we'll find him in the next league, yeah, and then we can look him up.
He did only finish running back 14.
Okay, well, I mean if that's your second running back, that's not bad.
You've got to remember what the Panthers were at the start of the year. It's only at the back end of the year where they just started putting monster points up, and he started going off, didn't he, in games?
Yeah, I've always been a Chuba fan, but
Chuba Hubbard fan.
Chuba Hubbard, that's right. All right, so I think our next league is going to be Yesnabi. Am I saying that right, Pez?
Don't ask me, mate. I'm not getting shouted off, Johnny. You must be close because he's not come on to shout at you.
Close enough, anyway. All right. So, Pez, I think this time we're going to start in the back end with Godfather.
All right, okay. We can switching it up.
All right. And I kind of like the speed we did there in the last half, so we're going to try and keep that up here. So, Godfather straight off. McCaffrey, Gianti, Hampton, 2 rookies, and CMC. Wide receiver, Worthy and Metcalf could be question marks. Who knows? Andrews. Who knows which Andrews you're going to get? Is it going to be the first half or the second half? Myers, Pittman, and then he went back to the running backs. What are you thinking of this team here?
Sorry, Mannion's just messaging me something. Can't watch another 2 hours of this. Oh, fuck off then, Mannion. How about that? Basically saying we're boring as fuck, but I want to listen to what you say about my team. Just to let you know that, Pork. But anyway, this team, I don't personally mind it. Jaden Daniels, if he carry on what he did last year, really good. For all intents and purposes, them 3 running backs should be decent. Omari and Hampton, now Najee is back, is probably going to be a bit more cold. Like, you're going to be a bit more colder on him than you were with Najee with the unknown, because they're going to split carries. I really like Worthy this year. I really like DK this year in their situations. Jacoby Myers, again, with this trade request, you don't know what's going on with that. Is it just wanting more money? If it is, he should be decent. At the moment, Pittman's still the one. We spoke about him earlier with Daniel Jones. He should get back to having more consistent points. Quinton Johnson could be the absolute steal because Trey Harris has just gone on the IR for 4 games.
Breaking
Keenan Allen, I think.
So I'm going to say the one thing I don't like here, he got T.J. Watt and Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, I don't like that.
They're superstars. I got it. And they are the 2 of the best in their position. But for fantasy football, they're not big scorers. And those are his top 2 picks in IDP. So that's an interesting choice there with Watt and Hutchinson.
He's got where's Hutchinson here?
Aiden, you were looking at
right, yeah, he's gone. He's sorry, I didn't even see that. He's gone 4. Overall, I don't mind the spread of his team. I don't like his tight ends thin, taking 4. Like you said there, TJ Watt and Aiden Hutchinson back to back is a fucking killer. You could have got Jaden Blue. You could have got Hunter Henry. What's a better backup than what you've got? Demario Douglas, a couple more, but overall, I don't mind this team. I don't mind the spread.
I don't mind it. It could be all right. Depends on how the rookies perform, really, and if Myers can repeat what he did last year. All right, so Bishy 101. So the second-year neighbors with Nakua, okay, Pickens, Waddle, Coleman, Palmer, all right. Running backs, Hall, Pacheco, Dobbins, Spears. And then he has Hawkinson as his top tight end. What are you thinking, Pez?
Overall, I don't. Yeah, I like this one. His wide receivers are a bit thin, but they're the probably biggest what if. But overall, and Brees Hall, but overall, I don't mind it. I don't mind the spread he's got. He might, as the season gets on, might then look at his wide receivers and running backs and struggle because Brees Hall, we don't know what he's going to be. And eventually, J.K. Dobbins is going to get taken out by Harvey. So, like every team, I look at it and I don't hate it.
Right.
It
Nothing
also
stands
doesn't
out.
blow the socks.
Nothing stands out as a huge strength, right?
Yeah.
So Tiger Scott, another very active owner. I've been in several leagues with Tiger Scott. He started off strong with two, I think, solid wide receivers, Brown and Thomas, then Olave, Cup, and Diggs. With Burden, yeah, who knows? The wide receivers seem to have depth. Kamara, Judkins, he did this thinking Judkins would be available. Tracy, Williams, and Kareem Hunt. So running back is not that strong, but he has Ferguson and Ertz at tight end. What are you thinking of Tiger Scott?
It's a weird one because they're back to back, and I like his wide receiver room having to play three.
Yeah, the wide receivers are not bad. Olave could have a monster year, man.
Yeah, he might get away with rolling Alvin Kamara and Tracy, and hoping Javonte Williams gets back to his rookie form. His tight ends, I don't hate them. They're both going to be the main guy in their team, barring injury. Again, I don't hate it, but it's not like, it's not standing out to me as a big team type thing.
Yeah, I got it. So SBG 33. I'm just going to let you take it. What's his strength here? You got Travis Hunter, rookie McMillan, two rookies to lead his wide receivers. Rice suspended.
He must like the name McMillan because he's picked up both McMillans. That's kind of thingy. Rico Daddle that late, that's a steal really as a backup. He's serviceable. Brian Robinson, that's neutralised. His weakest positions is running back. Not from no fault of his own. Brian Robinson going to the Niners. That's kind of...
Well, he really loves the rookies on this team, huh?
Yeah. I like his tight ends, but I don't like his wide receiver room or his running back room.
Yeah. I see why he picked some of these guys. It's like, this is a kind of a tough position to be in the draft, if you ask me, because you think you might get some of the guys you're wanting, but then they get drafted like one or two picks ahead of you. You got to change your whole strategy.
Yeah, I agree.
And it just messes with you when you get sniped. Maybe he was waiting for Hunter. I mean, not Hunter, but Brian Thomas. And then, that changes everything, right?
Yeah.
And he panics and goes with Hunter instead of, Nico Collins, which is a much safer pick. But I don't know. We'll see. If his team works out, the McMillan could work out strong. Williams could have a monster year. Who knows? So I'm curious on how Robinson fits in with the 49ers.
Yeah,
all
definitely.
Right. Sean Boy 87. What are you thinking of this team?
So I was literally, whilst you were talking then, I was looking ahead. Don't mind it at all. His spread. He's got a nice spread where he's picked his wide receivers up. I like his wide receiver room. Achan and JT aren't a bad duo. Like they could easily be both easily top 10 running backs together. Oh, yeah. Montgomery always puts his points up. Jaden Blue could be the leader. Your Bijan injury away from Algier. Like he still have his games, but being the lead, and he can be the lead. And then you've got a monster running back room there. I like his depth at wide receiver.
14th round. Wow.
I like his two tight ends, and for taking Micah Parsons in the 8th round, overall, that's probably the most solid team I've seen what I like so far.
Yeah, that's not a bad team. Not a bad team at all. Yeah. All right, Matty Leo loves wide receivers. 4 picks, or first 5 picks with A.J. Brown, Collins, Harrison, Wilson, and Moore. And then he even got Higgins later on, and Douglas, which Douglas could end up being wide receiver 1 in New England.
Definitely.
So that's definitely a strength for me. His running backs, he might have been doing the Craig, 0 running back strategy, apparently.
So I think James Conner and Aaron Jones can carry him through as a tandem. I do like what he's done where he's took the Tank Bigsby, Bashal Tutin duo.
Right.
Well, I kind of like what he's done because I
think he got Vincent in case Conner doesn't work out.
I was just about to say that. Like, I like what he's done because he's kind of gone heavy wide receiver. What's great because that wide receiver stack for your having to play 3 wide receivers is fucking great.
Yeah.
And he's basically just gone, I'm going to be thin at running back. I'm going to ride it. And I'm just going to get the backups to my 2 main guys. The backup to one of my main guys, and then hopefully Tank Bigsby or Bashal Tutin will win the job at thingy, and it all works out for him. Having one tight end and that being Travion Sanders is his biggest weakness.
He also got Trey Harris.
Yeah, he got Trey Harris, but he's on IR for 4 games. He's pretty much, in my eyes, that's him.
Okay.
Him shut down for the year.
He's
as a rookie.
Martin.
So his weakest position is his tight end position, by far. But overall,
by far, yeah. Wide receivers to carry him, though. Wow, he's going to have a tough time choosing who to play each week, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing
Dillon. I picked him the first year in Orkney Bowl to win his division. So Bourne Villain, I've been in several leagues with this guy. Derrick Henry, Irving, ETN, Ford, not, a strong wide receiver or a running back room, but not necessarily weak. But then he has Higgins as his wide receiver 1 and McLaurin. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Surprising sometimes that McLaurin, which is wide receiver 1 for Washington, goes after wide receiver 2 for Cincinnati. Yeah.
Like, T's going to get his things, but it's like fucking having to start him and hoping for the best I wouldn't like that. Terry, he's wide receiver 1, but they've added so many pieces to that offense. It's like, is he still going to get everything you think? Let's
see.
Then Addison's suspended. Darnell Mooney is out. I don't know how long he's out with the shoulder. Pat Bryant is a rookie. You don't have a clue. And then Thornton at the very bottom. If Myers disappears, that could be a great pick for him at the very last. But overall, I don't like that team. No offense.
Okay. So, our friend Duke.
Here he is.
Waiting.
Show himself.
Yeah. So here we go. I think he has the best tight end for this year, and he got him in the 2nd round at pick 8 in the 2nd round. That is amazing. I can't believe McBride lasted this long in a league run by Johnny, right? He's definitely going to have more than 1 touchdown this year, 100%. Then he has Gibbs, which is a receiving running back machine, Chuba Hubbard, Caleb Johnson. Wow, Charbonneau, your guy, and Sampson. Wow. And Gordon's looking good in Miami.
Yeah, he is.
Running back room, I'm not against it. I think it could be good. I love his tight ends with Joku and McBride. JSN as wide receiver 1 could be. I mean, yeah.
Oh, man, I really want to give him loads of shit. But,
Patrick Mahomes in the 11th round. Wow, that's great. Look at that.
And the best thing is he's going to be playing Trevor Lawrence over Patrick Mahomes most of the season.
Yeah, I think it's a solid team.
I do like it. I'm gonna have to let Duke off with it. I do like it.
And then we have Rob McSee. Okay, so Kittle we mentioned earlier, and then Ingram.
What the fuck is he doing? Fourth round,
right?
4th round. Check his 4th round pick out.
Oh my God, Zaire Franklin in the 4th round.
What are you doing there, man?
Well, Zaire was the number 3 linebacker last year. Oh my. That's well, he does have, the MVP, Josh Allen, and Barkley, the offensive player of the year. Sutton was a solid wide receiver 10, I think wasn't it? And that was he was wide receiver 10. I this is probably the second team that I'm not that impressed in this league. Yeah. I mean, he has great picks, I think. RJ Harvey could end up being great. Sutton could explode. Who knows what Samuel will do in Washington? A lot of things I'm reading, he looks revitalized, but who knows? I'm not that impressed overall, though.
He's picked 2 kickers.
Did you notice that the Bourne Villain had 3 quarterbacks? Penix, May, and Mayfield.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Right, Martin, where are you? Show yourself.
Okay, Martin. Here we go. So he's
got Bijan and CD Lamb.
What the fuck? Drake London and Devontae Adams.
How is CD Lamb got this far down? He traded up. Traded up, to be fair. He traded up.
Yeah, he got the first 5 rounds. He probably won the league. I mean, the draft in the first 5 rounds. He has the best first 5 rounds of any other player. But he had to draft up to get Lamb, right? But, he got Robinson, Lamb, London, Adams, Walker, first 5 picks. That's pretty solid.
Man, I like his team.
Yeah.
His running backs.
Well, Braylon Allen could be he's getting all the inside the 5-yard line touches right now.
Yep. I like it. Martin.
Yeah. Not bad.
Another one I'd like to shit on, but hey.
JHL 94. All right, I am going to find the worst position, and you tell me why I'm wrong. Okay?
Go on then.
I think his worst position group is going to be it's an overall solid draft, but I'm going to say quarterback. I don't think Herbert is ever going to be in the top 10 again. He was number 12 last year. I don't think he'll be top 10 this year. And his backup is Aaron Richardson and Bryce Young. So I think quarterback might be his worst position group. What do you think?
I'd agree with you, but I can't take my eyes off taking 3 IDPs in the 10th, 11th, and 12th round. Just have a little look. It's really the 11th to the 12th. Even Kyler Murray going into the 13th, where he then took Isaiah Likely. Just look at all the players that could have helped bolster his roster.
Yeah, he must have been really high on Herbert to get him in the 4th round when you had Prescott and Purdy and Love.
Oh
And,
shit! I didn't even register that. Taking
yeah,
Herbert instead of
Mahomes picked
Evans.
in the 11th round, and he got Herbert in the 4th round, the number 12 quarterback last year.
Chase,
He must really.
Jamar Chase and Mike Evans together, but he takes Justin Herbert in the 4th round. I'm in a
Yeah.
lot of leagues with him, and that surprises me.
I don't know who JHL 94 is.
I'm in a couple of leagues with him, and he's normally, from my memory, he's normally quite solid, but that's kind of a shocker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe as an insider.
He must be really high on Herbert. All right, Sam Ram 47. I'm in a lot of leagues with this guy. He's quite busy running some charity leagues as well. He auto-picked Lamar Jackson with the 101. Then got McConkey and Williams. All right, so I'm going to tell you the best position group, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. Okay? So his best position group is I think, by far, is his running back room. No, his wide receiver room. Sorry, his wide receiver room. That's with Flowers and Shakir. Mixon and Warren, I'm not sold on either of those, with Mixon being hurt and Warren being replaced by Johnson. Williams is great, but what are you thinking here? Well, maybe his best is his quarterback. He has Jackson, Murray, and Tua.
Yeah, I don't get that.
So that's probably his best. But you can
I don't
only
get
play
it
one of those.
because, like you said, he's very active in chats and in leagues and stuff. I don't understand his strategy.
All right, so Pez, are you ready to predict a winner?
Yeah.
All right, Johnny, we're ready to predict a winner.
I am going to go with Martin.
Wow. All right. So Pez has gone with Martin. And again, Johnny has chosen Duke Mueller's team.
Of course he would.
For me personally, it was a toss-up between Martin and Duke. And seeing how Martin always gives me shit, screw you, Martin. I'm going Duke.
And Duke doesn't.
He doesn't give me shit, man.
He'll pop up right now and just drop a bomb in there and then fuck off. He's the worst one.
I'm going Duke as the winner of this league.
So that's
the fact that I've agreed with Johnny. I'm getting worried. Oh, no. Johnny, you should be worried. All right, let's go to our next division, which I believe is going to be the Coon Hill Division 3. All right, so we have some some common players here, and some players that are quite active.
This is a fun league.
Yeah, so we got Craig and we got Maxtero, which is quite active. And we got Orkney Bowl. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Shall we start with Johnny's?
Let's start with Johnny.
Let's start in the middle.
Right. So we'll start in the middle and go to the right. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So with Johnny here, we look at his running backs. He runs the league. I guess he knows what's important. So he went with McCaffrey in the 1st round, and then Irving in the 2nd, and he got Pollard to be his 3rd, Tootin, Dowdle, and James from San Francisco. So what do you think of the running back room?
I don't mind it because he's got CMC Irving, and then Tony Pollard's another RB1, so good backup. Tootin could be anything. Daddle's a good backup, and then he's got CMC's backup in Jordan James, because I just think he'll be better than Garendo. So, as Johnny always does.
Brian Robinson.
You got Brian Robinson as well?
No, he's the backup in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, shit. Fucking hell, I forgot. Yeah, that's gone to a bit. Overall, though, I don't mind that. But Johnny is the running back maestro of drafting.
Yeah.
Or the running back whore, should we say.
It doesn't look bad. Getting your first wide receiver in round 3 and then having Wilson, Adams, and Sutton, that's not bad, to be honest. I think that's a pretty solid 3 wide receivers, right? Now, what I'm worried about is his bye weeks, and if any of those 3 get hurt, he only has Harris and Lockett. And neither of those are probably going to be, top 20 wide receivers this year.
Yeah.
He's a bit thin in wide
Yeah,
receivers.
he is a bit thin. But then he overcompensates with his tight end drafting. What we like.
Johnny, if no one has drafted Deontay Thornton from Las Vegas, you should get him on waivers today.
Yeah. Or Ollie Gordon.
Yeah,
he
get Ollie Gordon.
There anymore, but he'd be a good stocker for your running backs. Because other than that, yeah, he's
tight ends are strong. I think Hawkinson is going to have a top 3 tight end year. He was still recovering from his injury last year.
Yeah, 100%. His wide receiver room's a bit thin there, I'd say. But overall, it's a good spread of a team.
Yeah.
As you'd expect from the owner of the league.
Yeah, his backup quarterback could be a bit worrisome. But yeah, not a bad team there, Johnny. I like it. All right, Joe Hodson, also quite active. He has started off with wide receivers. Jefferson, Collins, Harrison, Kupp, McMillan, Hopkins. All right, and then running backs, Connor, Montgomery, Warren, White, Krosky. I think that is not a strong running back room, depending on how Connor does, obviously. But then you have Laporta, Loveland, and Ferguson. 3 solid tight ends, actually. Ferguson in the 8th round, not bad. What do you think of this team here?
I'd expect to him, like DeAndre Hopkins.
3 quarterbacks, by the way.
Yeah, because he's my mate. So I know what he's like. I can already see the 3 he's picked. It's just trade bait for him, that. It's just literally trade fodder for him. But standard goes with what he likes, tight end position, solid. If Marvin Harrison can make the leap, he's got 3 solid wide receivers there. He's probably going to have to maybe look at his wide receiver depth as the season goes on, just to obviously Jalen McMillan's on the IR, so I'm expecting him to have made a move there by now. DeAndre Hopkins could be fucking anything. He might have a resurgence with Lamar. You just never know. You got Krosky Merritt down there all the way at the bottom, and we talk all through. We talk every single day because we work together, and he's been high on Krosky Merritt for the whole off season.
Really?
So you've got James Conner, David Montgomery, Jalen Warren at the moment, who's still the RB1. You've got to remember Aaron Rodgers is there, and he will probably favour the veteran over the rookie. Rashad White is no scrub. He kind of lost his job to Irvin because Irvin did what Ben Cohen wanted at the running back position. You don't know what this new OC going to want from the running back position. Rashad White might suit that better. So I'm not completely out on it. He just needs to look at strengthening his wide receiver room, in my opinion.
Another Deontay Thornton choice, perhaps.
Maybe.
Competition for that guy, if he's not already taken. I would have taken him after that last game because, what's his name? Myers is wanting to be traded. He's wanting money. Thornton is looking great. So why not go with Thornton? But they're going to have Kenny Pickett as the quarterback. So, all right. So, they have Geno Smith as the quarterback. Never mind. What am I thinking? So, Roddy number 1, Neighbors, Nakua, Pickens, Downs, Bryant, Palmer. Is this a position of strength or a position of weakness, Pez?
1 second, sorry, you're on mute. He's got
Well,
Josh
he has
Palmer.
Cook and Johnson and Robinson as his top 3 running backs. Weak as weak sauce can be. That's terrible picks as his top. Cook is not going to get 18 touchdowns again. No way in hell. And then Johnson as his second running back and Robinson as his third. What is this guy thinking?
Yeah, I don't like that setup there. He's in with the Wolves as well. He's in with all the boys, isn't he? He's in with Craig, Johnny, Joe. Who else is in this league?
Well, Baxtero, I think they're buddies with. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're all buddies together, aren't they?
James XC, he seems to be in all these leagues and, quite active.
Don't like his wide receivers.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with this team at all. Although Pickens, I think is a solid pick. I don't know if he's round 6 material. Right?
We're on Roddy, Johnny.
Yeah, I don't
know right, sorry. He's talking to Ian. He's talking to Mannion.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one.
All right, let's go on to Raider Butts. Okay. So he must love the Ravens because he has Henry and Jackson back to back.
Don't like that.
Hill, we've talked about before in an earlier league. Kamara's going. His wheels are going to break one day.
You hope, because don't they have the backup who's your gem of fantasy for the last 3 years?
Well, Miller, who knows? If Miller runs for 1,200 yards this year, I'm going to quit fantasy because I don't have him on any of my teams now.
Didn't they cut him?
Did they cut him?
I think so.
Oh my gosh! Well, there you go. There goes my guy. All right. Well, his wide receivers is one of those what if rooms. I mean, seriously, if you take Judy, Olave, Myers, Pittman, and Shaheed, that could be an explosive wide receiver room, or they could all be duds.
For the way he started, his wide receiver room actually isn't his worst. Taking Jordan Brooks in the eighth round is just like, you had Aaron Jones, you had Travis Etienne, Zach Charbonnet, Jalen Warren.
Yeah. And then you got Bond in the 10th round, which, not a bad round necessarily for Bond.
It's not because he put up massive numbers last year, but I'm just not a big fan of these high IDPs because a lot of the times you just end up dropping them.
Yeah, they're so inconsistent. They'll have a 30-point game, and the next week they'll have like 4 points.
Just looking at it straight as it is, I don't actually mind his wide receiver room for starting drafting him in the 5th round, but everything else is a big what if.
Yeah, his wide receiver room could be very explosive because all of these are wide receiver ones, right?
He's got old man running back room, hasn't he?
Yeah, Kamara and Henry. Those wheels are going to fall. I've been predicting his wheels were going to fall off for the last 5 years as well. So he's been proving me wrong. Okay. Well, 2 of those years he did miss a lot of time. So I thought I was on the right track. But last year, wow, what a year. Okay. James NC22.
This is another one of my mates from back home.
Well, this league is very interesting. I wonder who's
I would
going
have
to
been
be
in this league, but I died of death with my running backs in my winning get-in game. I just had no running backs, or else I would have been in this one with him.
All right. So, Pez, I know he's your buddy and all. I'm just going to say I hate his running back room. And I love Harvey. Okay? I think Harvey's going to be great. But I really don't like this running back room at all. What's your opinion?
Well, yeah, because he's obviously mixing in the 5th round. That stinks now, doesn't it? So Harvey, Sean Payton's doing his fucking stupid games where he's putting J.K. Dobbins as RB1 and Harvey is the fucking RB4, but then they cut Estime yesterday, and it's like I can't be arsed with it. I can't be arsed with him. Like, he might be a brilliant head coach and all. He's just a fucking pain in the ass to have to guess what he's going to do. Acham, they say he's going to be ready. You don't know if he's going to be ready. So he's a massive question mark. You
better get Ollie Gordon. You should be telling your mate to get Ollie Gordon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I
imagine in this league, Ollie Gordon's 1,000% already been taken.
Johnny, give us an update on Thornton and Gordon out of this league.
Whilst we're chatting.
All right. So, Baxtero. Let's go here. I'm going to just do his tight ends real quick. He has Brenton Strange, Hunter Henry, and Isaiah Likely. I'm quite surprised how far Isaiah Likely has fallen in draft boards. He was tight end 13 and started off quite good last year, but I'm not impressed with his tight ends at all. And I'm not too impressed with his running backs after the top two. Scatabo, as you said in our last show, could be great or he could be nothing this year. Who knows?
He could be a fullback.
Yeah, he could be the fullback. Yeah. I
like his wide receiver room. So I'm high on the Chiefs having a offensive bounce back this year. So Worthy, Kelsey, Mahomes, I think they could all have a bounce back. Like, you look at Mahomes' positional finishes, like, until last year, he's a top 10 quarterback. He finished 11th last year, and that's in stunk year. Yeah. So, but with everything we saw last year, taking Mahomes in the 6th round, when you could have maybe bolstered your wide receiver room.
And Mahomes would have been available much later.
Oh, yeah. I'd say so myself, yeah. I like his wide receiver room. Everything else is a bit meh.
All right. Well, I'm ready to pick my winner. If you are.
We don't talk about the first half.
Oh, yeah, the first half. Shoot. Sorry. So we'll start with Ease 579. All right. So he started off with Robinson, Hampton, and then Judkins, a couple of rookies, and then Benson, a second-year player, Eckler, and another rookie, I believe, Manangai. I have no idea. Yeah, Manangai.
You have a better do with me with that. I can quickly say right out the bat, looking at it, really like Tyler Warren, especially with Daniel Jones there. I think his potential's gone through the ceiling compared to Anthony Richardson now. Just a bit more of a serviceable, steady quarterback. Don't like his running back room. Obviously, Judkins being the main highlight, but Omari and Hampton, there's so many question marks. I actually like his wide receivers. His top 4. I like, how many has he got there? 7. I like 6 out of his 7 because I think Romeo Dobbs could be a sneaky good thing because the Packers and the Seahawks had joint practice before the last preseason game. And our defense has been looking really good this preseason. And he was having a fucking field day against our ones. Like, all the reports were saying he just looked brilliant.
For having the number 1 draft choice, which I think, as you said earlier in the show, that it's the worst spot to draft. I hate the number 1 pick. I don't think he did a bad job. I think he salvaged his draft and has a playoff team, except for perhaps one thing. I think his quarterback room could kill him. Caleb Williams is his only quarterback. And if Caleb Williams plays like he did last year, he's not going to make the playoffs. If Caleb Williams makes the jump, I think this could definitely be a playoff team and could, surprise people once in the playoffs, right? So, because some of these rookies might be back and, Benson might be playing the lead running back at that time. So who knows? But I think this could be a strong team depending on what Caleb Williams does.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Except I like the wide receiver room. Everything else, I'm not a big fan of.
It's suspect. Well, Tyler Warren, you said it's a much better position than before. I mean, yeah. Warren and Colston. I'm wondering what's going to happen with those two. All right. The Juicy Wren. I'm not sure who this guy is.
I'm in a few leagues. I'm in a few leagues with him. I was just looking ahead whilst you were talking. I like his wide receiver room. I do like his running backs. It's funny, right? Because they're not the sexy names, it potentially could look shit. But Josh,
there's a lot of what ifs in the running back room.
There's a lot of what ifs, but technically they're all the ones for their teams.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's just when do the wheels fall off? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got a lot of old guys. Dobbins, Chubb, right? Oh my gosh.
So you look at it, and he's took Fred Warner 9. I understand why. Fred Warner was a tackling machine most years, last year especially, but that's because the Niners defense wasn't that good last year. And when you have a shit defense or a defensive line or a shit offense, linebackers normally have a feeding frenzy in IDP because they're tackling everything, because everything gets to the second level and they have to do it. So I understand it, but you just look across them 2 rounds and how much he's lost there. What could have helped him even go down to the 11th round with Ellis. Get it, I understand. Really good points. But his running backs are all a bit nah. And you had Tyrone Tracy there he could have took.
You could have got Blue.
Yeah.
Could have got the 13th round. Wow. The best pick that I think I like out of all the guys is Hollywood Brown with the last pick. The second to the last pick of the whole draft in the 20th round. Hollywood could be a surprise top 20 wide receiver this year.
If he can stay healthy.
That's right. All right, let's go to Craig's team. Here we go. He started off with Lamb in the 3rd position. Wow, that's great. And he got McBride in the 2nd round in the 10th. That is shocking. Who are these guys letting McBride go all the way until the 10th pick of the 2nd round? And then you have Chase Brown, Hubbard, Devontae, Egbuka, Ridley. Okay, all right. His tight ends, top tight ends, McBride, Taylor.
Don't mind that.
His first ID was in the 12th round. Okay. He's got Quincy Williams. Look at McPherson. Yeah, I think Craig has a very solid team here. Wide receivers are not bad, you know. It's if the rookie Egbuka can do anything that that Evans did in his rookie year, or Godwin, wow, this could be a great wide receiver room. Or he could fall on his face with Ridley and Jennings.
Yeah. I think his whole season lies in that wide receiver room of his.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, you know, there's nothing here that I look at and say like, oh my gosh, this is what a room. But they're all very solid picks, right? That could turn out to be very explosive.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. There's nothing that I could really complain about here, but nothing that I'm really excited about either. All right. So overall, Craig, I think you did well, but we'll have to see how.
But your team sucks.
How Egbuka and Ridley perform, and how Aaron Jones performs. To be honest, Aaron Jones is also a wild card in Minnesota. All right. Stevie 31. All right, he went strong running back. So let's start with these running back room. Barkley, Taylor, and then way down with ETN. But he did get Blue and Hill. Okay. But his wide receiver, you got Evans, Moore, Waddle, Ayuk. Well, you got Ayuk in what, the 12th round? Wow. Okay. Ayuk's not going to be back this year, is he?
I think he is, yeah, at some point.
Okay.
Just depends what he comes back as, really.
Reportedly targeting a week 6 return. Okay.
So
Interesting.
I like his running backs. He's got Saquon, Jonathan Taylor, and love for Jaden Blue. So he's got 3 solid, and then Travis Etienne. Everyone's saying he's going to get beaten out, but everyone forgets the season before last he was running back 3. So he could be anything. So I like his running back room. His wide receivers are thin with the Ayuk, but I'm guessing he would have made changes with the Ayuk, put him on the IR. But Darnell Mooney, when he comes back, has proven he can put points up. Demario Douglas, I've spoke about him a couple of times. Jalen Waddle, with everything that's going on with Tyreek Hill, could be his eventual breakout season. DJ Moore, Mike Evans.
Tight ends are not a very strong position group here. But Njoku surprises. Pitts, who knows?
Yeah. I don't mind it, though. Njoku is quite solid. Pitts, he's fucking Kyle Pitts. He could be out. But Juwan Johnson could be a steal with 2 very inexperienced guys at quarterback. He could be the little fucking comfort blanket for them. So I wouldn't rule out Juwan Johnson as being a bit of a surprise points getter.
Yeah. Stevie 31 could have the breakout team on here. He's got some solid players. There's not like a huge glaring weakness. His quarterbacks are Allen and Purdy even. So, yeah, I mean, this could be a tough team to knock out. All right, wheelbarrow. Bowers at number 1.
I like this team.
That's the only tight end he has.
Yeah, except that's questionable.
And then he is wide receivers: Thomas, Worthy, Flowers, Samuel, Burden,
Coleman, Poker. So there is a couple of question marks in there, but I personally don't mind that room. I like his running backs where he got in Breece Hall. If he becomes the Breece Hall we all knew, then brilliant. Henderson looks brilliant. Pacheco looks healthy. Tyrone Tracy is still the number 1, so he looks great. Rumors that Miles Sanders was meant to be like the best running back out of the 3 in Dallas. I don't think it's true, but he's all right. And then he's got the backup at the Bengals. So, Bo Nix, Jordan Love, TJ Watt so high up. Fuck knows why he's done that. Alex Singleton, he'll probably have TJ Watt and Alex Singleton dropped.
Probably. Well, I'm going to have my hot take of the preseason. Breece Hall will not be a top 20 running back this year. This
Fair
is
enough.
Wasted thing. Okay. Fantasy Man. I've seen his name around quite a bit. So here, Kyron Williams finished as running back 6 last year. People don't like him for some reason. He is slow. He's undersized. I get it. But 3 years in a row, he's performed, right? 2 years in a row at least. So he has Gibbs, Williams, Charbonneau, Harris, Garando, and Neal. Not that impressive after week. His running back, wide receiver is Hunter, Rice, McLaurin, J-Mo, Godwin, which is going to miss the first week at least, Kyle Williams, and Tesla. Tesla has been showing sparks of, playmaking ability there in Detroit.
Yeah. And look at that, Justin Herbert in the 15th round. Not the 4th.
And that one guy picked wow.
Jake Kincaid, I'm not really great. Roquan Smith in the 7th round. I'm not really high on that team.
Yeah, again, it's one of these teams that it could be a tough out. There's nothing that just comes out and says, wow, this is great. But his wide receiver room could be a huge weakness for him with the
Yeah.
injuries and suspensions. Yeah. And who knows what to expect from Hunter. All right, Johnny. Now I think we're ready to make our prediction. If Pez is ready, I am ready.
Yeah.
All right. So I will start with Johnny here. Johnny, I believe, has said that he will predict that he himself. No, I'm no. He is going with Craig, Ibrox Kid,
You.
win this division. And I will go ahead and make the second pick. I am going to go with Johnny, the Orkney Bowl owner, to win this division. Pez, who do you have?
Did you pick Johnny then?
I did.
Oh, you're being such a homer today, you. With that being said, I'm going to go for Joe.
You're going with Joe. Well, I love that this is the first division that we have 3 separate picks. So that's good. That's good. I like it. So we have 3 different ones. Pez is going with Joe. I'm going with Johnny. Johnny is going with Craig. 3 homer picks, I guess.
Oh, dear.
All right. Our last division, the Molehead Division 4. Who do we have in here? We got Ian. Lovely. And we got Pez and Groovy.
Here he is.
This is going to be fun. All right, let's start with Ian. Oh, and Batch.
Let's start with Batch.
Oh my!
Let's make Ian wait.
So much shit in fantasy football, and he's in Division 4.
Look at his IDPs and where he picked him. Let's start there, shall we?
All right, let's start with Batch.
Fucking love Batch.
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
Shador Sanders.
Yeah, I love talking with Batch. I love it, especially when you bring up his Bengals. Man, he gets so hurt with the Bengals.
The Browns.
I mean the Browns. See, there you go.
Right, there's so much to question here. Caleb Williams. I'm going to read some things out to you, Pork, and you can slander him. Caleb Williams in the second round.
Were you drunk?
Max Crosby and Myles Garrett back to back in the 10th and the 11th round.
Did you just wake up and hit the first name you saw?
His running backs are Bucky Irving, DeAndre Swift, Trey Benson, and Keaton Mitchell.
Did Ian El Mañano pay you to pick the worst possible guy on the board?
His best position by far is his tight end room. He's got Colston Loveland, Njoku, and Harold Fannin Jr. What I personally like that pick. He picked Shador Sanders at the bottom of his draft. And as Manion's nicely pointed out to us, he picked 4 Bears players, 3 Bears players in the first 6 rounds.
And everyone knows the Bears franchise history is full of offensive powerhouses.
I said I liked his tight end room because of the names. He's picked both Browns tight ends, and I'm going to put in a chat that he has to play them all year, or else Jenny's going to deduct points from him.
This is not the worst team I've seen in the Orkney Bowl. All right, I mean he does have some solid players with Chase and Irving. You know, he could make the playoffs with this team, but I think that he could have got some different players like Brian Thomas Jr. No, he could not get Thomas Jr. But he could have gotten John Taylor or A.J. Brown or Kyron Williams ahead of Bucky Irving. But, you know, he's a leader of the Tampa Bay offense without Cohen, I guess, right? So.
Oh, dear.
I would have taken Sean McVay's offense with Kyron Williams over a new offensive coordinator in Bucky Irving. Todd Bowles is a defensive coach, right? So we'll see. We'll see. All right. So let's take a look at Ian's team, El Mañano.
Here we go.
Here we
So,
go.
just before you start, he
Group.
doesn't have Jonathan Taylor anymore.
Oh.
Remember, we did the trade. So he's got Josh Downs, Devonta Smith, and Spears.
Josh Brown, Devontae Smith, and Spears. And who did he send? He sent
Jonathan Taylor.
That's right. That's right. So let's take a look at his running back room. Robinson, Spears, Hubbard, Mixon, and that's it.
Yeah.
I like Robinson.
I like Hubbard.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I don't
mind Chuba, but they what's his face could take snaps away from him, could help him, could hinder him. What's the mushroom that Dallas who they signed? Who was your running back last year?
Our running back Dowdle.
With Dowdle, and he's just messaged me and said he's got Nick Chubb now as well. So he's got the Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon stack, seeing as Joe Mixon's on the IR.
Does he have Damian Pierce?
Might want to go and get him.
Yeah, might want to get Damian Pierce. Yeah.
Rico Dowdle, that's it.
Yeah, Rico Dowdle, yeah. So he could get rid of one of his tight ends here and get Damian Pierce. It might be a good choice for him since he's going all in on that Texans running back room.
So,
what's his position of strength here?
I like his depth at tight end. Without ribbing on him too much, because it's Mannion and everyone likes doing it. For his first year in the Orkney, he's looked at the scoring. He's gone with the point strength, what is the tight end position, and he's got a solid tight end room for guys in the team who will get them receptions to help him with the point and a half PPR. I know
he decided to pick the all injury team, right?
Yeah, that's
injured. Mixon injured, right? Godwin injured, right? I mean,
Devonta Smith got the
he's injured as well. Okay, my gosh, there you go. And then
Addison out,
and then Allen. I mean, okay, he's in the 18th round. It's a flyer.
Looking at it on paper, it looks like it could stink. Long term, if there's again, like your favorite saying, what if?
Yeah.
If Joe Mixon comes back and is the Joe Mixon what we've known over the last couple of years, the RB4, 10, 6. And then he was probably
Addison returns from injury, and Godwin returns from suspension, and Godwin returns from injury. I mean, this team in the second half could be explosive, but he needs to survive the first 3 or 4 weeks.
Exactly. He needs to not pick up too many losses at the start of the year where the hole becomes a bit unmanageable.
Yeah, because if you fall down like 1-4, it's so hard to climb out of.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ian, good luck, my friend. And here we go. We got Webby Wink. What a name. It looks like there might be something else after the K, but I don't know what it is.
We'll just go with that.
Webby Wink. All right. So, his wide receiver room could be the all-star room. Again, Olave is wide receiver 1. Odunze, year 2, could break out, but he's going to be competing against Moore and Burton. Harrison, if he takes the leap. Brian Thomas, as long as he performs like he did last year, is going to be great. Trey Harris is injured. Beck, as we mentioned before, has done nothing. Wide receivers are not impressing me.
No.
Running backs are not impressing me too much.
No, he's got to sit firm with Hampton. This team could be a bit like Mannion's. Could be a second half of the year team. It's like Mahomes, Stroud, and Ward. I don't like that 3 QB combination. I don't know whether he just took Cam Ward that late because he didn't like the 2 he picked himself. Because we spoke about Mahomes, he could bounce back. CJ Stroud's never shown it in fantasy. His IDPs are 2 DBs. Don't get me wrong, they're 2 decent point scoring DBs, but there's linebackers who score more points than them. His tight end is Tyler Warren, and that's it.
Ray Davis could be a surprise, depending on what Cook does.
Could get points, but your Ray Davis and things like that, I class them as best ball players. Like
That's right. Yeah.
Attack the Buffalo's offense, and then you don't need the headache of when you should play Ray Davis and when you shouldn't, because you'll just take his points when he does go.
Isn't that an amazing thing? The Buffalo offense is explosive. But who do you really want on that team outside of Josh Allen? I mean,
no one.
Do you want Shakir? Not unless he's the best option that you can choose, right? Do you want Cook? Not really. You want some other running back. Do you want Kincaid? Not really. What fantasy player do you want from that Buffalo offense?
It's Cook. Really. It's Josh Allen and Cook, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And then
Cook is definitely not running back 1, right? I mean, you would never take him running back 1.
Yeah. And then you attack the waiver wire.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the Narn Knights. What do you think is their position of strength here?
I'm gonna say the running back room. With everything that's happened these last couple of weeks, Austin Eckler in the 15th round is a great pick now. Rico Dowdle could be in a committee with Hubbard. And
Jerome Ford could be a steal at the last pick of the draft, man.
Yeah, Jerome Ford's going to be, I reckon, going to be in a committee with Samson, because he's shown that he can put points up, but he can't consistently be the main guy. So it's definitely going to be a split back room, and that could benefit him massively. So he's running backs by far.
This might be the most well-rounded team, other than his Micah Parsons pick at round 10. You're going to learn Parsons doesn't score many points, my friend. I picked him
especially when he's not on a team
2 years ago.
His wide receivers are. I'm not a fan of his wide receiver room. Dalton Kincaid, everyone's raving that he's going to have a bounce back. You don't know. Pat Frymouth with Johnny Smith there. You don't know. There's a lot of potential.
Really, what's going on with this league, this division?
Yeah.
Oh my.
There's a lot of egg.
Yeah.
On the face.
I'm wondering if there's going to be some top-heavy teams late in the draft here. All right. Flynn, MJF. What is his position of weakness? I already see it, I think.
It's tight end room for me, straight out of the bag. Tight end room.
Yeah, that's a really weak tight end room. And his running back room is not much better, I think.
I understand, again, there's Zaire Franklin. He's normally one of the top IDP guys. He's currently, don't know how bad it is, but 25 days ago he made training camp debut from an ankle injury, but then he's still dealing with the same ankle injury through training camp. And you picked him in the 7th round. You picked J.J. Watt in the 11th round. J.J. Watt does not get you consistent points.
Yeah. These guys are great players at their position, but it says he's linebacker number 1 in scoring, but I don't believe that.
Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown could be an absolute killer combo. Quinton Johnson and Josh Palmer could be absolute steals towards the bottom. Kyle Williams is throw it up in the air and fucking see what happens. Zay Flowers, he's not consistent enough for me personally. I don't like him. Judkins, wasted pick by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet's not bad.
He has been a dud in fantasy scoring, even when Walker is out. Yeah, I mean,
he did all right to the back end when Ken was out, he did all right towards the back end, but then people are like, oh yeah, he put monster numbers and all this, that, and the other, and all this off season, like, oh yeah, Zach's shown he can do it. I'll quickly just give you a quick rundown. 13, 22, 34, 13, 8, 5, 3, 13, 6, 4, 3, 14, 48.8, 15, 4, 14, 11. Basically,
Those are his running yards, right?
there is fantasy points.
He had 48 points.
Yeah, because he ran against the Cardinals. He ran for 134 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7 for 7 receptions for 59 yards.
Oh,
but it's 2 games out of a full 18-week season that have made everyone's minds get warped that he can do it consistently.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Consistently, when he started as the 1, it was 14, 49, 15, 4, 14, 11.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's all I'd say on that. I think he does better with Ken on the field than being the sole guy himself. But
so let's move on to gaming teach. All right. So we have Hawkinson, which I like. I like McConkey. I think he can have a better year than he did last year. Wilson, I'm kind of iffy about. Williams, I'm iffy about that he's going to have a better year than I think last year might be his best year ever. Like a career year for him. And Pittman and Kirk, I'm kind of interested to see what Kirk does in the Houston offense. He could be a lot better than he was in Jacksonville. Is his running back room better than the wide receiver room?
Even though Genty is meant to be this new, so many question marks.
Yeah. His top 2 running backs are rookies.
Yeah.
And Pollard is his number 3. And then Bryce Allen, the second-year guy, which is, his running back room is not that great.
I don't mind his wide receiver room. I really don't. I don't mind his wide receiver room.
I mean, his running back room isn't that strong, right? His wide receiver room, I could live with. But the running backs are kind of, not a lot of depth, a lot of maybes with a couple of rookies. But he has Lamar Jackson and Hawkins. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he has 2 kickers.
Yeah.
Aubrey and Bass. Okay. Well, he's got the best kicker in the league. I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
My team's next. All I'm going to say was I was away for the weekend at a festival. Luckily, it was very, very slow going this draft. So.
Okay. So I will just give you the rundown real quick. So Hunter, I'm not sold on him being a top 20 wide receiver in his rookie year, especially if he's going to be giving 50 snaps a game on defense. As a cornerback, I don't think he's going to get a lot of defensive points, but if he gets 5 a week and 10 in receiving, well, that's 15 points, and that's pretty solid, right? So I can't be against it. Love the Lamb pick. I think he's going to be a top 5 guy again. Kyren Williams, I love it. Why not? Laporta, I think he's going to bounce back this year. Walker, of course, we know. Lauren and Judy and Shaheed, I think with your wide receiver room, this is definitely a strength by far. Your tight ends with Laporta and Andrews, that can be a huge strength for you because Andrews scores his points because he gets 8, 9, 10 catches in one game. And that adds up in Johnny's leagues, right? However, which Andrews is going to show up?
True.
So, Jordan Love at QB, if he stays healthy, top 10 QB. I am worried about your running back depth. With Bigsby as you're in Stevenson. Stevenson hasn't performed much in the last couple of years, has he? 27 running back last year?
Yeah, 28. He has his moments. It was more of just a flyer in a sense.
Yeah. Who knows? He has a rookie behind him, so he probably will get quite a few chances to show that he's the guy. Of course, you got your Seattle guy, Horton, down there, and Mitchell. I've read a lot of good things about Mitchell during the offseason, but of course he has Pierce, Downs, and Pittman, right? And Mitchell did nothing last year, so it's going to be interesting how he fits in.
He was always open, though. Long gone bias. That's all that was.
So Mitchell could be a great pick. So how do you feel about your team?
I'm nah. My head probably wasn't in it as much because I was away for most of the weekend, and
right.
Joe was helping me draft. So Joe picked me Jordan Love up and Jalen Warren.
Okay.
So,
well, if you did it position by position, I think your wide receiver room could be one of the top 2 or 3 in this league by far. Your running back room could also be in the top, 2, 3, or 4. Yeah, and your tight ends are looking good. I mean, again, it's one of those teams that I think there's no big holes, but there's no huge strength of one position. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't yeah. All right. Groovy, I tell you what, Groovy, this guy, he will make you wait the full clock before he picks.
Oh, fucking tell me about it.
Oh, my God.
He is one stressful Niners bitch.
And he always picks the guy you never expect. I don't know. He just, yeah. Oh, I always hate to see his name on the clock, man. I know I can go to bed early. I don't need to stay up late if he's on the clock. All right. So Daniels in the first round. I always hesitate to take sophomore quarterbacks that broke out huge as a rookie this quick. I actually feel much more comfortable taking Bo Nix in the 5th round than Daniels in the first. I don't know if you agree or not. But I do like Daniel McBride. I think, as I've mentioned, I think he's going to be the best tight end this year. I'm not big on Hall. Travion, yeah, he could be an explosive rookie. He's shown the flashes. ETN, I'm not impressed. McMillan, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Another rookie wide receiver. He could explode, but rookie wide receivers have shown they don't. But then Egbuka, again. Pearsall, great pick. I'm surprised he can get him so late in the 8th round. Wow. Okay. What do you think about Coleman?
I liked him last year. I liked him coming into the league last year. And by the sounds of it, he's had a lot better pre-season going into his 2nd year. You just never know with like local reporters biased.
Yeah.
Maybe biases, but...
now, what I don't like about this team, Pez, is Groovy is a veteran of Orkney Bowl. He should know better. He got Anderson and Carter back to back.
Yeah, I agree.
He didn't do much last year. Yeah. So that's kind of, I don't know why he would do that. But Derwin James in the 19th pick could be, yeah. Van Ginkel in the 20th pick. He's probably going to be starting his 19th and 20th picks over his 12th and 13th.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, football fart face. What do you think about this one?
1 second, sorry. It's every time I go on the link what Johnny did, because it's my league, it doesn't bring it up straight away. 1 minute, I'm with you. Football fart face. Pretty. Too dark. Where's his tight end? So he's got one tight end. That's his glaring weakness at the moment. He's got the decent IDPs there, decent spots. Yeah, I'm up, Johnny. I'm up.
Yeah, I know this is your league, and it's hard for you to say,
Oh,
anything.
I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. I'll just say it. I don't really care. I'll say it as I see it. Roquan Smith in the 7th round. When he drafted that, I thought, what the fuck's he doing? He's running back on.
Is he a cow? Yeah, he is a Cowboys fan, I believe. Yeah. That's kind of surprising. Dak in the 8th round, and he didn't even get blue.
Other than his tight end.
His tight end is Bowers.
That's it. So it's not. Except for Roquan so high up, it's not overall a bad team, to be honest.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Again, I think it's, maybe this team has a lot of good owners. They know the good players, and so the players get thinned out. So you don't have a powerhouse team, per se. Because a lot of these teams look quite bunched up together, right? They have a few strong players in one position, and then it falls off the cliff. Let's look at 89 Monday. He went heavy wide receivers. Neighbors, Adams, Evans, Waddle, Ridley,
Yes,
Jennings,
he fucking did.
And he has Brown, which solid running back when you have that many wide receivers. Allen and Jones. If I have to say, so far, this might be the best overall team as far as wide receivers with quarterback. But then you look at his tight end, Jonnu Smith.
Look at his running backs as well, Paul.
Yeah, he only has 2 running backs.
He's got 4 IDPs, 2 kickers, and a fucking mountain of wide receivers. I know who I'm going to go and send a little trade to after this.
Yeah, my gosh, you better get. Yeah, my God, how many? He even has Noel and Robinson way down here at the bottom. Oh my gosh. Yeah. What round did Blue get picked here?
I think I got sniped for him. Well, they're in the 12th.
Instead of Brooks, he could have picked Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah? Wow. So his wide receivers better carry the day, and his quarterback, which Allen does score a lot of points. All right. J Bones, or J Bounds, I'm not sure. Brown, Nakua, Higgins, Smith, Downs. He likes the game.
Mims, and Iomana.
Wow, his top running back are 2 rookies, 3 rookies, and Spears.
And Gurundo, who's just literally lost his backup job.
Wow, this is such a weird division. Oh my gosh.
Wait till you get to Gary H.
Yeah, I noticed. I almost wanted to skip to him.
He's a nightmare.
Now, was this on auto pick, or did he intentionally do this?
He intentionally did that. I found it very amusing when he did it as well.
Oh my. Let's see if he recovered. All right, Jacobs, Pacheco, back up Robinson, Harris. Oh my gosh, White.
His running backs are thin. He's relying on Josh Jacobs and Pacheco to be big.
Yeah.
But his wide receivers aren't that bad. JSN, DK, Golden, Debo. Obviously, I know, but you could get a sneaky one with Romeo Dobbs there. So he's got 3 starters and a decent backup.
Yeah, and I think his kicker could actually win him a few games.
Yeah. And then you got Jake Ferguson, Mason Taylor, and Mike Gesicki as his tight ends. But
Yeah.
I think Noah Fant going to the Bengals is proper drop Mike Gesicki.
Crazy division. It's going to be so hard to pick a winner. Oh, my
Division
God.
4, baby.
Johnny, do you have a division winner?
Has he got one?
I think Johnny might be playing some golf in the background.
No, 1 minute. Where is he? I'll message him.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, let me look at these teams here. I gotta pick a winner. Oh my. Oh my God. All right, I got my winner. Has Johnny replied yet?
No, yeah, he's with us.
All right. So, Johnny, we are ready to go for the next winner.
He's got it up. Pork.
Yeah, all right. So, Johnny, I'm not sure who you are picking, but I will go ahead and make my pick first. And Pez, I had to choose a winner in my division, so you will have to as well. Because last year you did not choose in your division. So, I will actually be a homer again. Pez, I am going to choose your team.
Let's go.
Who do you have, Pez?
Me.
You.
Okay, me.
Go for it. And, oh my gosh, it's going to be all three of us. Johnny is also picking you, Pez.
Down with Mannion.
Him and Mannion will end up winning. Oh my God. We'll hear about it every day. He'll send us a message every day for the next year.
Probably.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we managed to do it under 2 hours.
Woo. All right. Well, that was
That's
only
not too
2
bad.
hours. So I think we did this one at a much quicker rate or pace than we did in our last show. It's only 2 hours, so I feel much better, but I feel exhausted.
Where's everyone
Looking
gone?
forward to an exciting year. I think all of the divisions, even the teams that we have given shit, like Groovy or Ian, I think any of these teams could win it because that's what I love about fantasy football. Injuries happen. Rookies come out of nowhere. Washed up players end up having a career year out of just, nothing, right? So I am excited to see how this year turns out. I'm looking forward to our mid-year review show to see where we all stand and our predictions and thoughts. And Johnny, do you have anything to say, my friend?
Yeah, thank you for taking part in year 3 and good luck.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's nice for playing against me.
Well, you know who your friend is in this group, Johnny. Pez, he chose a different team, I think, didn't he?
I didn't pick me.
You got to back yourself.
Buddy that he works with. Anyway.
I chose Craig, but it was very close with Steve.
Yeah,
31.
Yeah, you had wrote that. I was going to say it, but I didn't know if you wanted me to mention it or not, so I did not. But
did you mention the fact that I was warned to pick Pez for this one?
Yeah.
You better pick me.
Well, I wasn't going to mention that Pez had sent you a 6-pack.
Oh, that's a 6-pack of juice, maybe.
Yeah, 6-pack of Pepsi Max or something.
I like to start at Peter Monday to realise you had 2 kickers, 4 defenders, and the 2 running backs. Apart from that, it's a bloody good team. If it was just a flex instead of
football, man. The owners all have their own little quirks and loves and players they like.
So
I've never seen back-to-back quarterbacks drafted in the first and second round, just back. Yeah,
Absolute nightmare of a guy.
I've never seen that.
How many Browns
All
has
right.
he got? So Arthur's got 4 Browns and 4 Bears.
Yeah. Four of his top 10 picks are from the Bears.
Yeah, and he got 4 Browns players as well,
Yeah,
if not more.
I thought Batch knew better than that.
I know. I thought he was on when they picked Chase 101. I thought, here we go.
For how much shit he talks as well in groups, you would think he'd draft a little bit better, wouldn't he?
He's always talking shit about my drafts.
You've had a better one this year. I'll give you that. So,
Yeah, I did have a better one. Maybe it's not a great one.
1,000% better, but it wasn't hard.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
kind of learning a few things. But all right, don't forget, if you're still with us, to like and subscribe. Leave a comment, and Johnny will reply, I'm certain. Yeah.
Yep.
And for Johnny in the booth, thank you for being here and producing and making all these slides for us and being forced to listen to every word we say in between your golf.
Because I have to listen to it again when I do the backups and do the cut.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Last week took me the whole flipping day just to cut it.
You must love punishment. Do you have a code word that we need to say?
I just love fantasy football and I love the Orkney Bowl.
Yeah.
So
all right. And for Dr. Pez, I'm excited for our next show next Monday. And I am Pork Dolly. See you next time, my friends. Later.
Yeah.
See ya.